let the adventure begin. I want to kind of design this this back window shade. It's actually going to be a bunch of these little like 3/4 inch square slats, vertical, with a black blockout curtain as a backdrop. It's going to be pretty unique and it's going to be tough to install, but here's hoping it works. Well, this is quite easily the most elaborate curtain I've ever built. I mean, it's the only curtain I've ever built, but look at this thing. It's time to install it! And obviously, as you can see, I have finished that backsplash bed head, whatever you want to call it. And now I am moving on to create an actual doorway and then clad behind the driver and passenger seat in the pine paneling. So first things first to do this, and I'm going to use just 1x1 posts to sort of create the verticals, and then clad that whole thing in pine, and then in the doorway I will actually put another one of these blinds, a white shutter blind, so I'll sort of recess it up into that doorway seamlessly, and then that'll be able to pull right to the bottom. So it should be pretty cool when it's done. I've got the structure and the framing for the pine cladding that's going to go on there. So I'm going to have to trim each one. It's millimetre precision. Couple more up there, and install those ones, should be done. So that's what it looks like. Pretty happy with how it turned out, and I've framed out that doorway in the same trim that I've got around the window, so it all matches. And so I'm going to build a little table here that kind of just comes out, and it's going to sit flush against the wall. So I've got these hinges here, and I've made myself a little tabletop. This is it. See that? 1/2 inch ply, tabletop, boom. So pretty excited about this next stage of the van build, which is installing the kitchen bench top. Bench top that'll run from door to door, but in 3 different sections on separate hinges and whatnot. It's going to be pretty difficult to build. But yeah, check out the slab that I just got. This thing is beautiful. It looks pretty unbelievable, and it's going to go across that whole length there. So the fridge is going here, and I just need to build a frame around that to A, make it look aesthetically pleasing, so it looks good, but B, also the frame that I build is going to be the support for the actual bench top. So, and this is something as a builder that you love to see. So I've got to have this side of the bench retractable down to the wall, so I've got this much space to walk in. I want to have the access point, but I want to have a sink and a fridge, so it's all got to go here, and I've tried to figure that out, and this is basically the best idea I could come up with, and I really hope it works. Alright, so I've got 2 out of 3 pieces of bench installed, and the third one is going against this wall here. It's going to be on these hinges. Here it is, and these are the retractable hinges. Just sitting back marveling at the completed tabletop. You want to see what it looks like? Of course you do. Here it is. We've got a mirror and a copper sink. So I'm cutting the handles off. Yeah, I don't have a grinder, so I got this little guy. That's the best I can do. So just chipping away slowly. Giving it a polish. And then I'm going to spray the outside of it black. But the inside will be polished copper, so it should look pretty cool. And then I'm going to recess that into the bench top. So. I kind of have to finish this bench top because I want to fit and properly secure the sink and the faucet so I know where to put the mirror. The faucet, so I've basically just positioned it whilst the sink was in there. Now that I've got the kitchen bench top and sink and faucet installed, it's time to tackle these floors that have just been copping a beating. But now what I'm trying to do to add a little bit of extra detail is put silicone beading between the grooves. So you can kind of see what I've done so far, and then I'll whitewash everything. Alright, now that I've finished the silicone and sanding the floors, time to whitewash them, and I've put together a 1:3 paint to water ratio. But I mean, the consistency is pretty thin, but I mean, I've never done this before. I think that's how it's meant to be. I've got no idea, but I'm just gonna go straight for it. I'm not even gonna use a test piece. Just when in Rome. Alright, so I've done the floors. I'm going to start doing the rest of the van. So, interior walls, over the other side behind the mirror, and then all the walls around the windows. Yep. Yeah, so another day spent on the paintbrush and paint roller. Quite confident in saying that I hate painting. So we're kind of at final touches stage at the moment, which is fantastic. It's a great point to be at in the van build. Time to sort out this wall, and always wanted some sort of live garden, add a bit of greenery to the van, and yeah, now it's time to plant the plants.